And this is a quick tutorial about using the new Google Sites. So to begin with, first we'll go to our Google account, and in the corner where you have Google Apps, you can either go to this icon or you can go directly to sites.google.com, and that'll bring you to your sites page where all your websites that you've created or you want to create will reside. This plus icon at the bottom will allow you to create a new site. So you can click on that, and that will give you access to creating a new site. So let's do that. Um, you are always, you start off with this default page where you have this gray background, and you can choose the themes. So the themes would allow you, will dictate the kind of font styles, colors for your line elements or layout elements are decided. So let's go to one that I would like. So that would choose the colors, and you can also go in here and choose different colors from here. Um, it also allows you to further choose the font style right here. So you can either choose the capital, the frank, or you can choose narrow. I'm going to stick with capital for now. And those are some of the elements that you can choose right off from your theme. Once you've chosen the theme, you can go in here and name your site. So let's call it trial website. And that's where the name of the website shows up. You can add a logo to your website right here. So when you click on this option, you can upload a logo, say for your website, or you can select it from here as well. Nextly, this gray background may not be the most appealing background, so you can first of all choose a different type of header style. So you can choose a cover page like this, a large banner, just a banner, or just title. So either one, whatever works for your project, would be applicable by using this header type option. Then you are going to go into the change image, and I'm actually going to show you all the images that are available to you. You can either go into the gallery and choose one of these images, or you can go into the URL, paste a URL, or search, images that are labeled for commercial reuse for with modification. So you can choose an image right here, say and that will give you options of images that you can choose for your background as well. So I could choose one of these, and that can show up in mine, and that can be my background. So this out here is your readability adjustment, and Google will automatically do that for you. So you can either choose to adjust for readability or not. That's an option that you can choose. Now, the second option in the sites is the pages option. So before that, I wanted to quickly go to one site, one of the sites that we've already published. So here is the Watertown Public Schools Computer Science Education Week website. And this is what the published website looks like. So there are multiple components that are already published onto this website, including the header images and documents or different types of links, as well as YouTube videos and stuff like that. So this is where the website is, and you can see that in the pages menu, we have multiple pages that we've created, including the home page. And those pages show up in the on the top banner, and the more would show up right here, just as you can see in here. So let's go into, and you can see that this little arrow here allows you to see some of the sub pages that are created within your main page. So as you can look into the main site, if I go into resources, it will show up the sub pages that we are creating. So for example, we have student contest rules, which will show up, and then we can go back to the student contest page, which will be the main page. So given that kind of a page structure, you can create a page directly from here. So when you say new page, it will create a trial. Let's say we create a trial page, and that trial page will have the basic header background that it's borrowing from the original page. You can move the page up or down depending on where you want to place it, and accordingly it will also show up on your navigation. And within the trial page, you can then start editing different types of elements that can be inserted through the insert menu. So also in pages, you can create a link. So you can say, you can create a link page, which is essentially this new link, and you can quote a link in here, and that would directly connect to the page that you are creating. So I do not want that. I also, if you have created a page that you don't want, then you can very easily delete it by clicking onto the three dots which show up on the right hand corner, and that is where you can either hide it from the navigation, or you can delete it as you would like, or you can add sub pages. So for example, I'm going to delete the untitled page, but to my trial page, I'm going to add, say, a sub page calling resources. And that would show up under my trial page, just like I've created sub pages under curriculum, which are elementary, middle, and high school. Usually the subpage will inherit the properties from the trial page, such as the header, image, and you know, some of the other details. And you can always go into the resource page and you can change the image as you would like it. So I'm going to delete this page again. Another property section is you can duplicate a page as is. You can make it into a home page, or when you go into the properties, you can also add a custom path to your web page. So now let's go to our trial page and let's try to add some components from our insert menu. Now you can insert, there are some basic tools right here, which is a text box, images, and you can insert some components from your drive. So when you click on a text box, it will essentially have a text box will show up, which you can resize. And you can paste content within that text box. So I'm going to paste some content from the history website about Gandhi's Salt March. So let's go in here, and I want to copy paste and add some of the content right here. And I can again resize my text, or I can keep it as I want. I can also go in here, choose my text, and I can change my text to a title, a heading, subheading, or smaller size. So I could do that, or I can turn it into a much bigger size depending on, what I want. I can make it bold or italicize it like that. And of course, these are my options to position it. And these are multiple other options. I can also insert a link. So let's say if I wanted to insert a link for Gandhi, so I can go to my Google, find a link for Gandhi, and if I want to say insert the Wikipedia link, I could do that by going in here, highlighting that text, and then inserting a link, and that would give me a link that I can click on and get more information. Now, if I double click around here, I can get the options of inserting an image, and all of the other basic options that I had right here. So let's say I wanted to insert an image. I'm going to go into Google image search. I'm going to search for Gandhi. And then if I click on, say, an image, and I can insert that image in here, which will allow me to resize this image as I need. I can also crop the image, uncrop it, or link that image to a link online. So those are some of my options right here. Now, in terms of collapsible text, this is a nice little feature with the new Google site. So let's say I want to um, write about the Salt March, right? And I have a lot of information that I wanted to put in. So let's say I have this information and I can add it in here. However, it becomes this collapsible text box, which I can click on onto this down arrow key, and it will give me more information about that box. So this is a nifty little feature that I can add to my website. Next one I would like you to look at is an image carousel. So in here, in the carousel, you need to at least add 2 images. So you can upload image or you can select image. And I have already saved a couple of images in my images folder which relate to the Salt March. So I'm going to open those up and they will show up in here. And then I can insert that as a carousel. So when I look through it online, when I publish the site, I will be able to go through all 3 of the images that I have put in as an image carousel. So that's another option. Button is something that would, if you click on that, and let's say I wanted to create an information button and I want to link it to the history website, I can do that. So here is my link. So, and that I can place wherever I would like, near my carousel or near a text document. I can edit it to say History Channel information, and I can have that, and I can have that right here, which is linked to the actual website. So when I click on this button, I will be able to go right to that website. Now you have an option of filled, outlined, or you can just have it as text, and those are nice little options that are available to me in terms of my buttons. So that's those are the 3 quick insert menus or advanced menus that I can look into. The other one, that is the divider, allows us to separate out some of the content by inserting a divider. Now this color is chosen by the theme that we have chosen for our website, and this is one of the layout elements that gets predetermined when we choose a theme. So however, in case of text, you also have the option of either making it regular, you can emphasize it, which means it will have some emphasis background that is predetermined by the theme. You can also, there is an emphasis too, which allows you to sort of have a different type of emphasis with the color that is determined by the theme. Or you can choose an image from the existing images, and that would also add to your text menu. So these are some of the features right here with the text. We looked at the divider. In here you can directly insert a YouTube item. So say I wanted to find a video about Gandhi Salt March, and I can search that video. And if I wanted to say insert one of the videos right here, I can do that by selecting it, inserting it. I can resize it depending on how I want it. And that video will be automatically connected to the YouTube link. Now, calendar is another option that you can use. You can insert any of the calendars that are available to you. So let's say I wanted to insert um, one of the calendars that I have. It shows up right in here, and that would be again a resizable element. If you want, you can add that element to your website. Same goes with the map. Now, documents is it's very interesting because you can add multiple documents. So let's say I wanted to insert a document directly from my um, Google Drive. So I can resize that document and it becomes available to me, and I can insert multiple documents. So let's say I'm going to insert another one, which is right here. Um, and I can resize it and move it with this icon. I can move it right next to the other document, so I can have multiple assignments or resources posted right next to each other. And that's very helpful if I want to post certain resources right in here. The one thing we want to make sure is that when you click on the document, it opens up in a new tab. So I go to that tab and I want to make sure that my document is shared correctly. So I'm going to go to the share option, and I'm going to make sure that I have it public with anyone with the link, and then when I save it, then everyone who connects with the document will be able to access that document. So that's one important feature that we want to make sure that um, it is not private, but it is made public and is shared so that people can view the document or access it as intended. Now, one of the things before we go um, further down the advanced menus, how do we preview the site that we've published? So this is where we preview the site. So you can actually click on that and you can see the site that we have published so far. All of the components are right here. You can directly go to the site. You can go to the document that we published. You can, this was the carousel with the three images. So when you click on it, you can actually see the three images. This will take you to the history channel information, which is the document. And in here, this is the computer large screen version of your website, but this is the tablet version, how it would be visible on a tablet, and this is how it would be visible on your um, mobile phone. So these are some really nice ways of looking at an existing website and testing it out, previewing it so that you can view it on your computer, tablet, or your phone. The way to publish this website, and I'm playing with the main WPS computer science website, so I'm not going to publish it entirely. But this is the publish button, which when you publish or click, it is going to publish the website. There is also the setting of reviewing changes and publishing, viewing published website, or actually unpublishing the website. So this is how you publish the websites. I'm going to go to the trial one, and if I want to publish this website, it's going to give me an option of the web address, which is in this case trial website. Who can view my website? If I make it, I have the option of publish anyone at Watertown Public Schools, or I can make it anyone can find and view the published version. And then when I save it, I can when I click done, it's going to publish the website. So I am going to go back. I don't want to publish the trial website, so I'm going to do done. I'm going to cancel publishing it because I don't want to publish the trial website, but that's how you would manage publishing a website. So in here, we're back into our trial page, and let's go back to our trial page. And we want to add, in addition to docs, usually slides is a nice little way of adding some content to your website. So I'm going to, let's say, add this presentation, which is about Google websites. And this is something that would be a slide menu. I want to make it big enough so that you can view it. Again, I want to make sure that it is shared across, and then when I preview it, I will be able to go down and view the slide and actually go to different slides and review it. You can also go to the site if it's shared with the with your audience. Then you can go to the presentation. You can open it and get going with the presentation. So I'm going to go back. That was our slides. Same thing goes with sheets. You can insert Google Sheets right in here. Any of the sheets in here can be inserted. And lastly, there are forms. So let's say if I want to insert this, a form right into my site, I can do that right here, and that will be visible to my audience like this. So it is an interactive form that I've inserted, and they should be able to take the survey right here, or actually go to the form and take the survey there as well. So these are some basic components of a Google site. I don't want this trial page to be published, so I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to delete this page. Right? So this is essentially the website that I have published before, which has multiple components, as you can see. Let's go to the curriculum, and you can see that in elementary we have multiple videos that were inserted into the website. So you can see each of these links are populated with content, and they are linked to the actual videos or activities. So you can add more content to your website as you so you can see that this particular one is linked to that website and to that activity. So that's a direct way in which your students or audience can go directly to the content that you are guiding them to. So those are some of the quick tips about Google Sites. Google Sites are very useful in making content visible for an audience and for online learning purposes. Here is a Google Site cheat sheet that I'll be sharing on the website. We are creating a digital learning resources website for WPS Extended Learning, and this content will be shared right here with Google Sites. I will also share this presentation wherein we are talking about Google Sites, how to plan for your Google site, what are some of the considerations, how you can create your Google Sites, the title and the customizing the header and choosing themes, and the details that we talked about in the screencast will also be discussed in this presentation. So that's a resource that will be made available to you. Please feel free to ask questions, and I hope this tutorial is helpful to you. Thank you again. and have a great day.